And the rivalry among the lineup for the latest Dancing on Ice Live UK tour is looking as intense as ever, according to Christopher Dean, who, along with his ice dancing partner Jayne Torvill, will judge their performances when the action gets underway in London tonight. Jake quickened and won the series, but we've got Ray Quinn coming back, who is the champion of champions, says Dean, 59, who was catapulted to fame when he and Torvill won gold at the 1984 Winter Olympics. We haven't seen them going head-to-head, so there's going to be some really tough competition every night. But Torvill, 60, isn't so sure that these two are the only ones in contention for the top spot. We've also got Max Evans, who is in the final, so he'll be trying to push himself, she says. He's obviously very competitive, being a sportsman. The spin-off from ITV's Sunday night start of year staple is back after a 4-year sabbatical, with the TV presenter Denise Van Ouden serving on the judging panel alongside Torvil and Dean, who will also be assessing Alex Beresford, Cheryl Baker, Donna Air and Ken Sitney. Dean insists fans will be in for a treat because a live tour means the celebrities will be able to rehearse over and over, ensuring they'll be far more polished than they were on TV. He adds, "We're expecting them to get better all the time. They'll be performing the same number, so they'll get more confident." He began dancing with Torvil in 1975 when he was 16. And she was 17, and 43 years later they remain extremely close. Dean said recently that he and Torvil still talk virtually every day and made a pact years ago, while still training, that any time they spent arguing was time lost, so they simply don't bother. Apart from a few more aching limbs to contend with these days, Torvil harbors no fears about getting back on the ice, particularly after brushing off the cobwebs when they performed for the first time in 4 years in the TV show's Live final last month. "We've been doing this for more years than we haven't," she adds. "It was nice to perform again in the final, and we're just looking forward to getting back on the ice and doing it again." Following their incredible performance at the 1984 Games in Sarajevo, when they picked up 12 perfect 6.0s and 6.5.9s for a routine to the music of Ravel's ballet score Bolero, the pair both gained national treasure status. Their performance was watched by 24 million people, and in their home city of Nottingham, 2 streets on a housing estate were named Torvil Drive and Dean Close. To this day, the city's National Ice Centre is accessed through Bolero Square. Despite admitting having a brief kiss as teenagers, they've never been an item romantically, and both have other halves. Torvil has been married to sound engineer Phil Christensen, with whom she has a son Kieran and daughter Jessica, since 1990. While twice married, Dean has been in a relationship with ex-TOWIE head judge Karen Barber for the past 7 years. Torvil and Dean once enjoyed a brief foray into the world of pantomime, co-starring in Cinderella at the Bristol Hippodrome, where they performed on roller skates. Dean admits he didn't realize just how demanding it would be. "Skating is a physical thing, but it's a mental thing when you're doing pantomime. 2 shows a day and you're inside the whole time. It's great, but you feel like you become a bit like a creature under a rock. You wake up in the morning when it's dark and don't leave the theater at night until it's dark, so you hardly see any daylight. It's only a 6-week run, but it's a very vigorous 6 weeks. Fortunately for him, perhaps, the TOWIE tour is only 3 weeks long."